thank you very much, my dear. Yes, we're talking about stem cells, and these are considered to be the basic building blocks of our body and are often referred to as master cells. Now, stem cells have the potential to become almost any other cell in the body, making stem cell therapies the way of the future. I mean, if you look at the treatments, are arguably some of the fastest growing in the medical sector right now and are already treating over 70 diseases and disorders. Now, with me to discuss this in greater detail from CryoSave South Africa, MD Louis Rell. Thank you for coming in, Louis. I mean, a fascinating topic to talk about, but let's talk about what are stem cells?
Yeah, basically that's exactly what they are. They are the basic building blocks of our body, so they form the fundamental cells that go on to make the other cells of our body. And because they are these fundamental cells, that's why they can be so useful in different treatments, and that's why there's so much research going on today.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about the potential of what can be done, because I mean, you're taking the basic building blocks of the body and you're rebuilding the body. So let's talk about what the stem cell storage entail and why it's so important.
Well, at birth, we've got the opportunity to access very pure and naive stem cells. So in order to save them for potential use later on in life, we now want to store them. And that's what we do.
Yes.
So it's a process called cryogenic storage. So we're using ultra-low temperatures through liquid nitrogen. It's very technical and very scientific. But through the storage process, we can preserve these cells now for the next 10, 20 or more years.
And in 20, 30, 40 years, what then do you use those cryogenically frozen stem cells for?
Well, the mind boggles, and it's quite a hot topic at the moment because there is just so much potential.
Yes.
So, you know, at the moment they're looking into things like spinal cord injury, diabetes, partial brain damages that you might get through drowning or those types of things. But you know, again, because they're the basic building blocks, in 10 or 20 years' time, we just have no idea at the moment what it might be.
Yeah. I'm trying to just picture, like you say, the mind absolutely boggles. You have a patient whose stem cells you stored 40 years ago. They have a disorder now that you need to fix.
Yes.
How does the process work? I don't even know what a stem cell looks like. We've got some pictures there of what stem cells look like. But how does the process work?
Yes, okay. So currently, in today's treatments, what they would do is simply administer those cells through an IV. So they'd put it into your bloodstream, and these cells have got quite unique properties where they would home in and go and search for the injury that they need to repair.
Wow.
So they've got some quite unique properties. But we don't know how we might apply them differently in the future. For instance, using them for burns and things like that, they might be literally applied to the surface of the skin. We don't quite know at this stage. You know, and this is why so much research still needs to be done.
Indeed. And so, I mean, as a parent, when should you possibly consider this? Because, I mean, we're talking, like you said, 40 years from now, and parents of today can look forward to that kind of technology in the future. So when should you be looking at possibly cryogenically freezing your baby's stem cells?
Yes, so the actual collection procedure needs to happen during the birth. So parents need to consider this properly as they're going through the pregnancy, and the earlier they start to consider it, the better, because it is quite technical. There is a lot to know. So the simple answer is do your homework, find out as soon as possible, and get prepared, because we do need to send you a collection kit. It's a medical device that we use to harvest the cells, etc., and we need to get all of that in place before you go in for the birth.
Yeah, I must admit, it does sound too good to be true. My question is it safe?
Absolutely. Look, it has no impact whatsoever on the birth process at all, and then the rest of it happens in a laboratory, so it has no effect on the mother or the baby whatsoever.
Yeah. So how accessible is it to the public, though?
We will do collections at any hospitals, whether you're at a public or a private hospital. We will work with your doctors to make sure that the collection is done safely.
Wow. Louis, thank you very much for coming in and boggling my mind even further. I thought I had a bit of an understanding, but it's fantastic to know that in the future we could be looking at revolutionary medicine that could change the way we do things.
Absolutely. And to find out more, just go to our website.
Will do. Thank you very much. So if you are interested in finding out more about this treatment and other DNA-related topics, be sure to watch Doctor's Orders this afternoon at 3 o'clock on SABC3, where they'll be discussing everything related to our genes and hereditary health conditions. So please make sure that you don't miss out. Well, from stem cells, after the break, we speak to a goeie stem. Tamia is in the house. We'll be right back.
On Doctor's Orders this week, we're swimming in the gene pool. Learn how your family could be affected by hereditary high cholesterol. Find out if your mom or dad are to blame for your stretch marks. Thus, we explore the health benefits of vegetables and discover new ways to add them into our diets. We're going MAD for DNA on Doctor's Orders Friday at 3:30 on SABC3.